Not only did multiple teenagers end up in the hospital as a result of a large gathering, we know there were many on different parts of the west side overnight. 5 Chicago police officers were also sent to the hospital after a car drove through one of those crowds.
There's a large teen gathering.
Calls we
Good
heard
Lord.
over police scanner radio
Good
giving a
Lord.
look into what Chicago police were up against
Never.
in the middle of the night near Loomis and Roosevelt.
We've got about 100 teens dispersing south of Roosevelt and Loomis.
Large groups
Never.
of teenagers in the street, this time on the west side.
This car just ran through a whole crowd of Chicago police officers.
This video posted to social media shows the moments after a driver went through a crowd of people.
Wow.
Police officers.
They're getting 3 ambulances over there. Officer was struck.
Police say 5 officers were taken to the hospital. An 18-year-old man arrested after driving a blue sedan in the wrong direction, eventually crashing into a pole and then a fence.
The accountability mechanism.
Today, Mayor Brandon Johnson reacting to a violent weekend so far.
These unauthorized gatherings, as we have
It's a goddamn shame.
indicated multiple times, that they can be dangerous. And in this case, we saw the manifestation of that danger.
Within the same hour those officers were injured, gunshots rang out, while other Chicago police officers were near Washtenaw Park. Police say they found 4 gunshot victims there, 3 girls, 1 18-year-old, 2 16-year-olds.
Wow.
The 4th victim, a boy who is just 14 years old.
Wow.
Police say a male suspect ran off on foot before officers arrived. We captured police on scene walking out with 2 people in handcuffs. Mayor Brandon Johnson saying the accountability cannot just lie with the teenagers in this case.
We need our parents to know where their children are.
Well, Brandon Johnson, you're the same one that didn't advocate for, for them to be in the crib. They should be in the house. They should not be out in the streets, right? I don't even see why they out. This is like 3 a.m. 4 people got shot, and 3 of them are under the age of 16. And 1 is 18, just turned 18 possibly. They out here like cockroaches for real. Not to say that, but what the hell? Y'all got y'all kids moving around doing what the hell they want to do. Where's the consequence at? That's the problem. With all these people around, they still shooting. Now, the difference between these people in Detroit motherfuckers is they probably gang for real. You know what I'm saying? And they really got them. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between Chicago and Detroit YNs. Like, they really on go mode. Like, it's shooting time for real. Detroit is too. They're not exempt, but some consequences need to be done. I say take the voucher. I know y'all on Section 8. Take the voucher if your kid's a felon. And I know that might be controversial. They're like, oh, you assuming all these black people are on welfare? Look, people that got jobs are in the house going to sleep so they can wake up and go to work. People that don't have jobs are hanging out on the streets because they have no work to go to because they're subsidized by the system. Bro, come on. I know this. Everybody knows this. You'll be a fool. You know when you identify something, everybody knows the truth, but everybody don't want to be honest with the truth. That's the truth. I say take the vouchers. No more Section 8. Because how else do you penalize them? What, we just start finding the parents? That shit ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna still let their kids go out there. All they gonna do is yell at them. They're not whooping their kids no more. They too grown now. If you didn't whoop your kids growing up, they ain't no point. What, you gonna wait till they 16 to start whooping ass? You gonna start putting belt to ass at 16, bro? At that point, the kids are already standing above you. These mamas don't be tall. These mamas be like 5'4", 5'5". They Kevin Hart size. The kids, because, they sleeping with the tall niggas. So the kids sitting at like 6 feet at 15 years old. These mamas scared of their kids at this point. It's too late. They done made a beast. They gave them everything they want. At a certain age, they start running around with other motherfuckers doing whatever the hell they want, coming from the burbs. I know a lot of kids coming from the west suburbs, and I mean west suburbs. Aurora, Plainfield, Oswego, Naperville, and they going all the way out, bro. Mount Prospect, Algonquin, and they going all the way out to the city to start trouble, and they sneak back out to the burbs. All right, bro, look, I ain't saying I'm part of the crew, but I know the people that are part of these crews. You know what I'm saying? And which leads me to my next video. This explains who did the crime. Let's play the vid.
Teenager from Plainfield has been charged with attempted murder of 5 Chicago police officers. 18-year-old Rashad Johnson is accused of striking them with a vehicle. Johnson was arrested early Sunday morning during a teen takeover on the south side. It started at 13th and Troop, eventually shut down Roosevelt Road between Troop and Loomis. Witnesses say the crowd was large and chaotic in Little Italy well past 3 a.m. Mayor Brandon Johnson reiterated his message that parents need to know where their kids are and what they're doing.
But this really requires adults who should be acting responsibly and to do their part as well. We're going to continue to hold people accountable when they act outside of the parameters of what the law provides.
All of the injured officers are recovering. The driver was not hurt.
Yeah, the driver was not hurt. That's the problem. The problem we're having here is we're allowing what happens if this happens? What happens if the kids continue to do that? Who do we penalize? Because they're saying let's penalize the adults for what the kids are doing instead of penalizing the children. Because they're gonna let the kids back out. No ankle monitors, no record, because they don't want to hurt the kids. And I understand that in a way. I understand you don't want the kids to have records, but how do they discipline them? By disciplining their mother? You know what I mean? How do you discipline people? How do you stop them from doing what they're doing? You create a fund to try to keep them occupied. The mom is already getting a link card for them to get more money outside of school. I don't know if you know that in the state of Illinois, I believe they get link cards for certain kids after school ends to make sure that they have food and stuff for some programs that might not be available during the summertime time. And it's like, it doesn't even matter. School just ended for those kids like Friday. By Saturday, they thugging on the street, starting trouble. The adults are in the crib now. Now all the adults are damn near afraid of the kids. Because they're careless. They have nothing to lose. The adults they got kids, responsibilities. They got shit to lose. The kids ain't got nothing to lose, and they don't care. They're almost really dangerous because they're reckless. Because they just don't have nothing to lose. They have nothing to show for nothing. They just, well, I graduated, I went to prom. That's kind of the end of my story. I don't care if I get a criminal record. It's like, but you should, because it follows you. But then it leads to one thing to another. Put them in juvie. Juvie preps them for prison. Then they go back out and they reoffend. They go in jail. Now this is just the system. It's like, but I don't know if the parents are not teaching them that. They just don't care if the parents is. I'm assuming that some of the parents are teaching these kids to sit their butt down and stay focused and how the system works. But yet they're like, we don't care. I'm with my hood rat friends doing hood rat things. Facts. They're just so influenced by degenerate behavior. I know I'm in the nursing field. I work with a lot of mothers that have a lot of children that do these type of things. I'm just saying. So I hear it all the time. And the fact is, the mothers they're just busy working. They're literally, it's not their fault, but it is in a way. But it's not their fault because they're working and trying to get money for the house. But they're lenient on the kids, and the kids are doing what they want. Coming in outside the crib at whatever time they want to every day. They're getting all the new shit. Cars being paid for, tablets being paid for, phone bills being paid for. Bro, my OG didn't do that nothing to us. Bro, she whooped ass. My OG single parent whooped ass, G. I'm trying to tell y'all, she put belt to ass. And if she needed help, she'd get the neighbors to help her. You get what I'm saying? Put belt to ass. We didn't need to do nothing out of the ordinary. These new generation kids, boy, the parents are afraid to whoop them. So they use their voice. So they yell at them instead because they're like, well, I remember me getting beat and it hurt me. So I'm not gonna beat my kids. And cool, that's a good reason not to harm your kids. But I'm not saying beat as in beat them down. I'm just saying whooping. You're not whooping your kids because you want to. You're whooping your kids because you have to. You have to discipline them in order for them to understand that they shouldn't do things that they do. Or they are doing teen takeovers. Harming other people because they don't fear you and they don't fear the authorities. You know what I mean? Plus they're working. They're busy. They trying to get that bread. But a lot of parents out here, not only are they getting that money, they're actually partying a lot. They don't even know where their kids at. They're living at home. These parents, I tell you what the parents are doing. They're working all the time, and when they're not working, they're partying, bro. They're not doing nothing outside of that that's productive. They're literally working all the time, and then they go party. They're literally raising their kids off of a Ring camera and sitting in the crib. I guarantee you that's the truth. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm telling you. They're literally raising their kids off of Ring cameras while being at work all the time. When they're not at work, they partying. They're rarely at home themselves, and they pop out when they can. They're literally living life like YNs themselves, and then they have many YNs. This is like what's going on. This is the future. Now, what do you think is going to happen after that? The future of the kids are the kids. Like, bro, these kids going to be running reckless. They're going to be harming anybody. It's a sad world. It's a sad world. But what can you do? This kid was from Plano, Illinois. I mean, Plainfield. You know where Plainfield is, bro? That's like Joliet. That's not even Joliet. That's actually way nice. You know how nice Plainfield is? Do you know how nice Plainfield is? And he comes from Plainfield to the city so he can run over 4 cops. And a team takeover that he shouldn't even be at. You know how far he had to drive to get there? He had to drive at least 40 minutes to get to the city. Just to get where he was at. And I don't mean 40 slow minutes. I mean 40 minutes going like 70 miles an hour towards the city. Coming from Plainfield. I bullshit you not. I know the whole burbs, bro. I was raised around everywhere. Like I know the burb. I can tell you which street the boy was even probably living on. That's how small Plainfield is, bro. It's not that big. He went with his hood rat friends out up north. Like, you know how many kids that's from Aurora, Plainfield, Joliet, Juliet, Oswego, all the western suburbs, and they run over to the city and they just do mayhem and they come back out to the burbs, bro, like nothing happened. And they never get caught, ever, because that's how it works out here. Cold world, cold world. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. It's the Savage Report. I'm trying to keep y'all updated on the city tactics, bro. This is what's going on in your city. Just watch your back, man. You might be, if you come here to visit, make sure you stay away from Hyde Park, man. You might randomly be caught up in a teen takeover, and I'm telling you, if your car is in the middle of a teen takeover, they jumping on the G. You gonna have a broken windshield in the morning. That's just what it do, and there's no way to stop it, cause they all jump on you. And a couple of them got a pistol. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to talk to your boy. Let's go. Peace.